I'm on the north side of our property, and this is a new area. We just put down ground cloth and a lot of the trees from different areas on the property. Basically, it's my attempt to organize my life a little bit. Also, it gives these trees a chance to get used to full sun and just, be out on their own a little bit. But one thing that happens on the north side of the property is the north wind. And especially this time of year, we have been getting a lot of wind coming out of the north. And of course, that makes it colder wind too. So these trees are doing fine, but I think long term, what would be good for this area is to have a windscreen and, planting trees to block the wind. And so my vote for that windscreen is a tropical fruit tree, and one tropical fruit tree that I'm partial to, and also have a lot of rootstock that I will not use for grafting potted plants, because I think that the potted plants wouldn't look too great. There's something a little quirky about each one of them. So I got a bunch of rootstock here, and what I'm going to do is just plant them along in this area. We have a handy hose. It's just very close, so there's no reason why I can't water them a lot when they're establishing. And I can also keep an eye on them. So after these rootstock get, well established in this area, what I will do is come back and graft known varieties onto the rootstocks. So eventually we will have probably a 6 or 7 foot hedge. Now keep them trimmed, narrow, and they'll actually be producing fruit too. So I know it's a long way off, but you got to start somewhere. So this is step one, and I'm going to put the rootstock in the ground here and water them, and then I'll try to be patient for a while. So this is sort of a weird one. This part is probably not going to produce any new growth, but from the rootstock here, it is sending out new growth there. So I'm just going to put it to the side and see what happens. I think eventually one of these sprouts is going to become a normal looking tree, but we'll just see how that goes. Okay, did the cleanup, and last step, of course, watering the plants in. So while I was planting the little trees, I found this in one of the pots. Now, this is a little sweet potato, and that was sort of fun. I didn't see any evidence of a vine growing out of it, but we have sweet potato vine growing around in different places, and wherever it can root in, it sends down some roots, and eventually you get a sweet potato. Of course, this one is really tiny, but sweet potatoes are nice, and the vines are pretty, and the leaves are actually edible. So lots of reasons to grow sweet potato, but this was unexpected.